Greetings Queensland. We are anonymous. It has come to our attention that our very own Premier Mr Campbell Newman and our Attorney General Mr Jarrod Bleijie can be linked as an associate with a vicious lawless associate. As the Premier, Mr Newman is responsible for approving contractual work to tenders who tender applications for work in and around Queensland, such as schools, hospitals and other government departments. Such approvals are subjected to applications for licenses to be approved by the Department of Workplace Health and Safety. This office is under the direction of our very own Attorney General's, Mr Jarrod Bleijie's office. Once the Attorney General's office has approved such licenses, namely within the asbestos and demolition industry, they can then tender applications and submissions for contractual work in Queensland, having approval from Mr Campbell Newman, our state's Premier. Well, it would seem, some people are not doing their job, and thus making themselves having dealings with known vicious lawless associates. Anonymous has done some investigations, and we have found that Mr Jarrod Bleijie and Mr Campbell Newman are having dealings with such vicious lawless associates, showing that these new VLAD laws can implicate anyone, even the very makers of such unfair, ambiguous and unjust laws. Anonymous would like to remind Queensland of the recent threat towards members of clubs or organisations and towards associates of such vicious lawless persons, that they run the risk of having any licences revoked or cancelled within the security industry, tow truck industry or building industry, to name a few, only to be renewing licenses of those who are known convicted criminals, and even going as far as giving them government-funded contracts worth millions of dollars. Such companies and persons who have been convicted and fined by our very own Australian federal courts for price fixing. Why has the Office of Workplace Health and Safety, under the direction of the Attorney General's office Mr Jarrod Bleijie, approved these licenses, and why has our Premier not checked these contract tenders, who have been convicted of price fixing, approving these numerous contracts and giving these known vicious lawless associates contracts? Well, Mr Campbell Newman, Queensland will surely want you to do as a former political member said, namely Pauline Hanson. Please explain. It seems that you, Mr Campbell Newman, and your partner in crime, Mr Jarrod Bleijie, yourselves are dealing with convicted criminals, making you both victims of your very own VLAD laws. Yes, you both are dealing with vicious lawless associates. One can only suggest that because this has a somewhat benefit of some sort, that these rules do not apply to you both. We the people of Queensland will be waiting for you both to explain the following. Why are you still approving contracts and dealing with known criminals in the demolition and asbestos industry and threatening honest Queenslanders with no criminal convictions, of losing their licenses or refusing to renew them or simply cancelling them? Why are many Queenslanders being harassed, placed into police custody and put into solitary confinement, for drinking with mates, some who have no criminal convictions, when you and our very own Attorney General are linked with dealing clearly with convicted criminals and companies? Please explain. Your vicious lawless associates laws have now implicated you and our state's Attorney General of associating as per your laws. Quote, number 3 on page 4 definitions. In this act, association means any of the following: A corporation. Well, how about that, Mr Campbell Newman and Mr Jarrod Bleijie? It would seem that under your very own VLAD laws you are associating with vicious lawless associates. Should Anonymous perform a citizen's arrest? Your laws are clearly stupid, as they have implicated yourself and our Attorney General. Anonymous suggests you go for a bicycle ride on one of your Lipton tea bag bikes, and rethink for a moment what you have done, and don't forget your helmet, as it is against the law to ride a bicycle in Queensland without one. I guess you know that now. Anonymous would like to make a special mention to our Queensland victims of these stupid VLAD laws: the Free Adina 5, model prisoner Kevin Hill, Occupy Sydney and Ben Wilson. We are anonymous. We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget. Expect us.